This is a good problem to review together. Please read the problem and remember that you can stop the video anytime and read the questions again. In the table, we have a balance on your checking account. The first question, how much money was originally invested? And you see in the beginning, you had $1,600. And this is our initial value. Now we need to show that this data is an exponential. It means we need to find the numbers that you multiply by on each step. And if these numbers are the same, it means that the data is exponential. Okay, how will we do it? We will take 162880 and divide by 1600. Now we will use our calculator. Round to 3 decimal places, it's 1.018. Next step, we will take 165812 and we will divide by 162880. And round to 3 decimal places. If you continue the same pattern and divide a new value by the old value, you will see that you multiply by 1.018 each time. It means that the data is linear, but you have to show your work on the test to show that all of the factors are the same. And this is what it means, that our factors, they use word ratio, but we have to keep in mind that we are talking about the factor A, that is 1.018, and we calculated, and this is, we multiply by the same number all the time. Now we need to find an exponential model. We know that we need to use a formula n equal to p times a to the t power. P is initial value. We found this already. It's 1600. And the factor is 1.018 to the t power. What is the monthly interest rate? It's this material you learned in section 4.2. From this equation or here, we found that the factor A is equal to 1.018, and we need to find rate. We use letter R to undefined rate. Our factor is greater than 1. It means that this is a growth factor. And we need to use the formula A equal to 1 plus R. And now we will substitute 1.018 for A. We will subtract 1 from both sides. This is a decimal. We need to change this decimal to the percent or multiply by 100%. And the final answer is 1.8%. And this is something new. We need to find yearly rate. Before we find yearly rate, we need to find yearly factor. Let's look at our table one more time. We see that we multiply by 1.018 at the end of each month. It means that we need to multiply 12 times by 1.018. It means 1.018 times 1.018 times 1.018 and so on, and all together it will be 12 times. I am not going to type this multiplication on my calculator because I will simplify. It will be 1.018 to the 12th power. And now I can calculate. And it will be 1.23872. This is my yearly factor. And I still see that my factor is greater than 1. It means that this is a growth factor, and I need to use the formula A equal to 1 plus R. I will substitute this number for A. I will subtract 1 from both sides. And again, we have to multiply this number by 100. So my R is round to one decimal place, and it will be 23.9%. Read the next question. Now we need to find how much money you have after 17 years. We know the formula B of t is equal to 1600 times 1.018 to the t power. Here t is in months. So first of all, we need to find how many months in 17 years. 17 times 12 will give us 204 months. We will substitute 204 into this equation for t. And we will calculate the value. We got 60,906.93. How long does it take your money to double in value? It means that we deposited 1600. Double means you need to multiply this value by 2 and it will be 3200. This is our balance at certain time. In other words, we need to solve the equation 3200 equal to 1600 times 1.018 to the t power. This is an exponential model because our variable is in the exponent. And to solve this equation, first of all, we have to have base to the exponent by itself on one side. We have to get rid of the 1600 and we see this multiplication. Opposite of multiplication is division. So you have to divide by 1600 and we will have the equation 2 equal to 1.018 to the t power. Now we need to use a logarithm to both sides. And the next step, move the exponent in front of the logarithm. And to have t by itself, we have to divide by a logarithm of 1.018 both sides. Let's calculate. Logarithm of 2 divide by logarithm of 1.018, and the answer is 38.85 months. How much longer does it take it to double again? It means that now we have 3200. Double means multiply by 2 and it will be 6400. We need to solve the equation 6400 equal to 3200 times 1.018 to the t power. Again, we have to have the base to the exponent on one side, so we will divide by 3200 both sides, and we will get the equation 2 equal to 1.018 to the t power, and you will see that we got exactly the same equation as in the previous question. I am not going to do the same steps. I know the answer. T is equal to 38.85 months. If you have any questions about this problem, please email them to me.